What's up, everybody? BC here with another special guest for another interview. I know you guys are digging the interviews. First and foremost, Supreme Being the podcast, sponsored by my real estate team. If you guys need anything real estate worldwide, go to teambcsold.com and shoot us a message. Number two, if you guys are looking to join my team, we're recruiting worldwide now. Go to partnerwithteambc.com and shoot us a message and schedule a call. And lastly, the guest that we have today spoke at my last Modern Success event. I'm really pushing, especially now with this whole coronavirus bullshit. You need a good system. You need a good support system. Yep. So I definitely recommend you get on Modern Success. You can go to my website, bryancasella.com, or go to the link in my Instagram bio. Dustin, what up, bro?
What's up, G?
Primo, what's up, man?
What's up, Doc?
So, Dustin, I had him speak at my event. We've been friends for 15, 16 years now, man.
I can't even count.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to get him on, and I'm excited because I love the fact that, you know, we play basketball together. We're going to get into it here in a second when I let him introduce him, but we've been through so much. Yep. Even though we've gone separate ways in the entrepreneur world with what we're doing, even if we don't talk for 6 months or a year, we just start right where we left off, man.
So every time.
I know a lot of people know you now because I've been putting you a lot more on social media, but for the people that don't, man, just give a quick little 2-minute introduction.
Yeah, so I'm Dustin Heiman Williams. Grew up, born and raised Whittier, California. And then, we grew up the Heights boys, you know what I mean?
Heights boys.
Basketball all my life, you know what I mean? Grew up in a single parent home. Mom's worked multiple jobs. Like I said, I wouldn't really consider us poor, like in poverty, but definitely didn't choose what we ate, you know? Yeah. So very humble, humble beginnings. And just a hustler, man, you know what I mean? Went to college, took that route, got an education. Only for basketball related, of course.
Just like me.
But with that being said, a lot of doors opened for me in college. So I took a different route than most people did as an athlete in college. Yeah. And I've been blessed to just experience a lot of stuff that people haven't been able to experience. So now I get a chance, with these kind of platforms to kind of speak about it.
Yeah, and get your message out, man. So. Yeah. Take us to the early days, bro, because I think there's a lot that can be said, just like I've shared a lot, about the beginning days. And, because especially where we were and our circumstances, because you were like me in the sense that after high school, we were kind of like, shit, we got to go to a JC and figure this thing out. Yep. I know that's helped you a lot now, but what was going on in your mind back then to really keep it going? Because everybody around me was like, bro, put up the basketball, get a fucking real job. What are you doing if you ain't going D1 by the time you're 18? You ain't going to play pro. Right. Put it away. What kept you going in those times? Because that was like right when we met. I didn't know you through high school.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of had similar circumstances, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't have a bad high school career. Yeah. I would say it was a pretty decent one for most, I think really, bro, it was just it was like my own self-belief that I really thought I was better than most people. I don't know if like you teach that. I don't know, even when I wasn't playing, I still thought I was better than the kid that was playing in front of me. Yeah. And it wasn't like a pride or ego thing. In my heart, it was like, I outwork all these kids. Yeah. I might not be as tall or as big, or
of course,
but I really don't know what gave me that drive. I think it was really more my mom. My mom was kind of gave me like a scenario, you know what I mean? And she was like, yo, you can either go this route or you can go this route, but I ain't got options for you. I don't have money for college. Yeah. You know what I mean? She, gave me her whole story of how she started. Her first job was McDonald's when she was 15 years old. That whole thing. So my mom grew up in the Midwest, Wisconsin and Illinois. They just grow up, get jobs after high school. If you graduate high school and you just get into 9 to 5 and make a living and start a family type shit. So I definitely, I was raised in California. I know you went to military school in New Mexico, but I mean that was definitely not our lifestyle in California. You know what I mean? So it was more of my personal drive. Yeah. I really think it was just more my personal drive and really that chip on my shoulder, because at a point like my senior year is when I came in like grew into myself. Yeah. And I really was like, I think I can go somewhere with this shit. Yeah. Didn't get any fucking offers, I knew I was better than the kids getting offers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just wholeheartedly. I had heard from coaches, you're too short. So I was just praying to God, and I was hanging from jungle gym, bars to stretch out, and doing anything I could to like stretch out. Yeah. God willing, you fast forward, 6 months to a year, I grew 6 inches almost.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't really like in the books for me after high school, but as soon as I grew, I gained weight. I was able to compete more. I was able to bang with people more. So it was like, okay, I'm not tall then. I'm taller now.
Yeah.
You know, let me get a shot. So, but the bad thing back then, right, was like if you didn't go D1, like you were trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and you know, for not growing up like in the city, you know, like where like all the big ball was going on. Yeah. You know, if you weren't going D1, you weren't anything. If you went JUCO, it was embarrassing. Yeah. You know what I mean? For most people, it was really like looked down upon. Yeah. So. For me, it was like, yo, I just get to keep playing ball. Yeah. My mom said either you play ball or you go get a job at McDonald's, and I'm like, fuck McDonald's, you know, I don't even eat McDonald's, you know? So shit. It was really just my own personal drive, bro. Yeah.
I love that, man, because I mean, I said some of the same stuff, chip on your shoulder, right? In high school, I'm watching, you know, because I really didn't, I think, develop until after high school. You know, even like my senior year, I was like, man, like I have so much more to go.
Same.
And then just, you know, I think I finished my senior year averaging like 20-something a game. Yep. And, you know, this guy's going to Wake Forest. This guy's going to Duke. This guy's going to Texas, you know, UT, Austin. This guy's going here. And I'm like, I got like one letter from a podunk school in fucking Illinois that's like D3 or D2. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You know, same thing, bro. Like, how is this cat getting a scholarship and I'm not even getting a phone call or a letter? Yeah. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So my thing was I'm not black, so no one's fucking recruiting me. That was literally in my mind, like that must be it, because that's the main difference here, bro. Right. You know, New Mexico, I got all the fucking accolades, I got all state, all that shit in New Mexico. Then I come home, I'm like, damn, I got nothing. Yeah. To where I had to contact ELAC, where I went literally like weeks before the season started. I hit up Citrus, I hit up Mount Sac. By the way, these are local junior colleges here. Rio Hondo, and everyone's like, we're set. Right. ELAC was like, roll through. We just got 3 guys injured. And that's how I ended up going there, man. That's crazy. So, and now I think, you know, moving forward after you play basketball, because we can talk about that a little bit more. You know, leading through that actually probably built a lot of character and a lot of willpower. It was the best thing
that ever happened to me.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Going JUCO.
Yeah, best thing. I think so, dude. And talk a little bit about that, bro, because you still played, you know, in Texas, and we can talk a little bit about that. But from a mentality standpoint, because this is what I'll say, then I'll pass it to you. I think getting at that level, whether you're D1 overseas or whatever, I think it's to do with the craziest and strongest mentality that ends up dominating and really doing the best, because at that level everybody's good. Yeah. What separates us from the next guy, it's we know we're better. Our heart, our fucking mind, when it's game time, like, you know, crunch time, hey, give me the ball,
give me the rock.
Right. Yep. So I'm sure that translated over to when you kept playing over in Texas, right?
100%. I mean, like, I really grew into myself in Oklahoma, where I went to junior college at. Yeah. That's when, like, I got my opportunity. You know what I mean? Yeah. Got highly recruited at a highly recruited JUCO. You know, so what people don't know is outside of California, and it's California, and I want to say Washington. I forgot what other state it is. There's only 2 states. There's an NJCAA. Yeah. Right, so it's the National Junior College Association, where it's all full scholarship. Yeah. You know, and so it's a little different than how California is set up. Yeah. It's basically like little baby universities, and it's basically where like it's they're all filter programs for kids that like us that didn't get D1 looks, or maybe didn't pass the SAT, or had bad grades, or whatever the fucking thing it was. You know, that's when I grew into myself. You know, and I really give it the testament to, like, I say relationships. I got put in a great situation with great coaches. You know what I mean? Who believed in me, who gave me an opportunity, and then who really taught me the fucking game. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Coach Weibergs. You know, I'm still very close with them. They're still in Oklahoma. That's what really gave me my fucking, like, confidence booster to, like, really become, like, who I was in basketball. At that point, I was like, yo, I can go D1 and I can go to the NBA. At that point. You know, so we're coming home, and that was it. It was like, yo,
I got this.
Who wants some, right? Like any gym, we would pull up to any gym. It's like, yo, you can get it. You can get it. I don't care if you go to Duke. I don't care if you go to UCLA. Right. Everybody can get it. But that confidence came in 2005. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then going into Texas, you know, that's when, like, that was it. I mean, our work ethic every summer, I couldn't barely name maybe 5 people on one hand who worked as hard as we did. Yeah. You know? So that's all it was. It's like, yo, who's in the gym? That's the only person I'm scared of. Yeah. Or I'm even, like, worried about playing against, or going one-on-one with, you know? If you ain't in the gym, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah, right. You sleeping. Yep. You know? So that was really, like, I think us putting that work in every morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and that regimen is what just, like, mentally was like, the game was nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? it might not have panned out the way we wanted it to, but like as far as competing and at that high level, to me it was like a no-brainer.
Yeah, man. And I look like when I got into real estate, because there was some downtime. When I came back, I had like a year of feeling sorry for myself after all the injuries and shit. Yeah,
a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, I spoke about that a little bit in my success.
And you're the only person that can relate to me with that shit. You know what I mean? And because like when I say that, people are like, oh, you're just saying that because everyone fucking says
you're
that,
a
right?
pussy or something.
Yeah, but they don't get it. And then once I got over that bullshit and I got into real estate, that same mentality shined through. I was like, instead of going on the court, I'm going in the office. And then you look at everybody else, I'm like, man, these fucking peasants here. Yeah. Not like I'm talking down to them, but just that mentality. They don't have that mentality. Yeah. Like me walking up to the front saying, hey, I'm going to be in the top 10 at the end of the year. Watch out. Because I'm just the motherfucker to do it. Yeah. And then walking in and believing that shit. While you're walking away, everybody's laughing, but you're laughing on the inside.
You think that's a competitor from like the hoop side for you?
See, and yeah, dude, and I think we forged that because we might have had the seed in us, like fuck it, we want to compete. Yeah. But it's through the years of showing up to the gym every day. Then when you go to the game, it's different, bro. Yeah. Like I remember being in games, even at JC or beyond that, just like, man, I earned this shit. This is my fucking time. I put in hundreds of hours with you, like in a week, just in fucking training. Like this is my time to shine. I'm gonna get mine, right? So you don't show up second guessing yourself. You show up like, give me the fucking ball. And I remember in crunch time situations, like, fuck the play, coach, give me the ball. He's like, what? I'm like, just give me the fucking ball, dude. Like, I'll win the game. Hell yeah. And they're looking at you like, what the fuck? And sometimes they would call the play. I would still take the ball and score and just look at him and be like, I told you, bro. Right. So when I got into real estate, fresh game, I'm a rookie, and we're going to talk about like what you're doing with Viola. But I knew, I was like, man, give me a year or two. I'm good. I'm good. So talk about how everything with Viola started, and kind of how you're able to really rise to the top, within the company now, in such a quick amount of time. Because, I remember when you told me, and it was like, whoa, from one day to the other, it's like, oh shit, look what he's doing. Yeah. I
mean, dude, that like, again, timing and relationships. Yeah. Right. It's almost like getting signed, to a D1 squad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you've been waiting around, or like a free agent. That was kind of that transition, right, from the old medical market in California where everyone was running wild. You know what I mean? Yeah. To transitioning to that regulated market. I mean, not everyone transitioned over, right? And so that relationship that I built with Al when I met him, it didn't have a motive. It didn't have, I was trying to get something out of him. I was in his pocket. We were going after the same thing. We were in the same room. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And just so they know real quick, when you say Al, who are you talking about?
Talking about Al Harrington. So ex-NBA player, Al Harrington, played 16 seasons straight out of high school. In NBA, had a great career. Everyone knows him more for like Indiana Pacers, New York Knicks, Denver Nuggets. So, I mean, to me, that was a wild time, like being able to sit at the same round table as people that like we used to look up to. It
was, watch the highlights.
Like him, it was him, Steven Jackson. Zach Randolph was there. It was just so like surreal. So when you just sit back as a youngin and just kind of like, just take it in like a sponge. So at that point, man, like I said, no motive, but just keeping that relationship. I mean, dude, it was probably like a year before like we decided to do something together before he launched in California.
How'd you get at that table, by the way? Was it just by chance, or?
We were using some of the same lobbyists in California, like and like political groups that were like kind of helping us maneuver through like the licensing phase of getting into the regulated cannabis industry in 2018. So I just happened to show up, to one of those first meetings, and it was like a private meeting, and he was one of the guys that sat down at the table, and I was like, oh shit, Dope. So from that, dude, just jumping on with him with Viola, it was only 4 of us in California, right? So it was like Al, our CEO, our COO and president, Samir, and then my partner Django, and it was just the 4 of us. So like to go from like the office was like this size, August, like July 2018, and to go, and now if you see where the brand has gone to, huge. It's been crazy, and I honestly haven't taken too much time until like this whole Corona shit to like sit back and reflect on it, because we've been moving that fast. You know what I mean? Like when I started, you remember we started 5 months later, I was in the Bay, and 5 months later I was in Michigan.
Detroit, right?
So all within a year, we launched SoCal, we launched the NorCal market, and then boom, we're fucking in Michigan. Like I never knew that I would literally take my talents or my skill set in fucking cannabis to another state. You know what I mean? So it's it's pretty dope, man. It's a whole different ball game.
And so they get like an understanding. You're basically you're that like tip of the spear into those new states, right? Like
Yeah,
you're the one
yeah.
running the show. You're the one like basically bringing it
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
And that's a lot of responsibility too, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Dude, it's so dope. I tell people all the time, like, and I relate it to basketball, right?
Yeah.
If you can find that one program, whether it's high school, college, if you make it to pros, you find that one program that coach and that program that believes in you and gives you that green light, it's fucking over. And that's a lot where people get held back in a lot of situations, whether it's work-related, sports-related. If you don't get that green light to just do what you do best, you might not shine to your full potential.
Absolutely.
But Viola, Al Harrington, the whole team have given me, you know, and my partner Django, just so much freedom, that green light to just like, they really believe that we know what the fuck we're doing, and it's been able to just skyrocket. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's been challenging learning like that new market. It's not just like, we're not just trapping and just like selling weed no more. Like you're actually running a real business at a high level, with a lot at stake. You know what I mean? I mean, we just took $16 million of, you know, institutional funds in. Like, that's not something to like bat an eye at. So
that's big ticket, you
know, so there's a lot on our shoulders. And dude, it's fun, man. I'm glad that I get to do like what I love to do at a high level, and people actually believe that I can execute that.
Hell yeah, man. And one thing I want to bring up and ask you about, because I kind of see this in me and of course in you, I think a lot of the hustler type spirit that we have, we can say stems from the street, from having to build ourselves up in basketball. Not necessarily we're on the corner slanging, but just that, hey, I had to make my own shit. A grassroots movement would be the best way to say it.
Yeah, I would say grassroots.
Combining that with now the corporate legitimate side of it, and being able to merge both and play both at a high level.
I call it fucking superhuman, bro.
There we go. How has that process been for you, bro? Because I think that's key, especially nowadays, for people to really shine.
That's the game changer.
Yeah.
For sure, because like I got the street smarts, I got the common sense, I understand the street. You know what I mean? Like I didn't grow up in Watts and Compton, but I mean, you fucking go and spend some time in Bassett and fucking La Puente and Baldwin Park for a little bit with the homies. It's the same shit, just different colored skin. You know what I mean? So I think that upbringing of just being around those environments and then growing into what it is today, you know, what we're doing on a corporate level, bro, I give a huge applaud to like the team at Viola, you know, so like our corporate team, you know, that's, you know, high level, you know, business, you know, our CFO, our COO, you know, our head of compliance in Colorado. There's a whole team that is really like taught me a lot that I had no idea what was going, you know, but being able to pair those two and me teaching them how to run the game, you know what I mean, dude, it's been like, it's almost like having like an all-star team, you know what I mean, but it's very hard to find those individuals that know how to mesh without having an ego, you know what I mean, so it's been good, bro. I've learned a lot, like I've learned a lot, and I learned fast, you know what I mean. That's like dope. This shit's moving so quick that you don't got time to just, you know, sit back. And I watch your videos, you always talk about like educate yourself in your field, like stay up to date and be an expert in what you're doing, because shit's always changing. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So dude, nonstop just learning about cannabis in every state, because every compliance, every regulation is different in every state. You know what I mean? You have to operate different. Like how we operate in Michigan is not how we operate in California, and it's not how we operate in Oregon. It's not how we operate in Colorado. Right. Everything's different. You know,
different state, different game.
So it's a lot. It's a lot to intake, and I honestly, you can't go find someone who graduated from school with like a cannabis degree. So we're sitting right now, and like what's worth everything is right here. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing to have that right here, because I know like the next person doesn't have it. Absolutely. And that's why I go into like so confident when we're in meetings and they're like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I'm 100% fucking sure." Yeah.
There's a difference between going out and getting it, figuring it out, versus being expected, or you're expecting to be told what to do. And I think that's the main difference, is when you go up through that system being told what to do, you expect that. Okay, Dustin, what do I do? And you're like, bro, go learn, go fucking do it. Yeah. Like when I was told to make my first sale, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. Because homeboy, my mentor, isn't available. He's still selling homes. I got to figure this shit out. Versus nowadays, everyone's like, well, I'm going to wait till fucking Dustin mentors me, and I'm sure you get fucking a million fucking DMs. Hey, bro, let me get in on it.
Bro, like, that's the hardest thing right now, man. You know, and at first, I was very ignorant about, like, man, why all these motherfuckers hitting me up? Like, you can't get in, this and that. And now it's more of a sense of responsibility to engage with those people, because they don't have the education of what this industry is, you know, completely yet. From the inside out, what's behind the scenes, how to invest, can you even invest? Like, it's my responsibility now to actually educate. So now I take a step back and not like think, oh, this dumbass motherfucker, you know what I mean? You know, and I know I don't take anything personal, but like I actually do now respond. Like most people do get a response out of me, whether it's what you want to hear or you don't want to hear. I'm very truthful, and like I said, I take a responsibility now for like the role that I play in the industry, to really educate.
That's dope, man. And I kind of went through that transition a couple of years ago because you realize the magnitude of what you're doing. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So how has it been, or how have the adjustments been made now since you recently had a kid, man?
Bro, so like that shit is awesome, man. It's super dope. There's two parts of it, right? So like I think we've always been hardworking cats that like always was like trying to find that purpose. Right? Like my purpose was just to like, I mean, you're a family dude, I'm a family dude. That's you know, that's how our whole little circle was super family related, right? Absolutely, so I was just motivated to take care of my mom and my grandma and my fam and be able to pay it forward. You know, that's all my purpose was. I was just trying to make money. Like you know me. Like if I can make another dollar, let's make it, you know? But having the child has definitely changed that purpose. You know, it's given me like a defined purpose, exactly what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Now like legacy means something to me. You know what I mean? Now, you know, saving money more than ever means something to me. You know, because I actually have someone to provide for. You know what I mean? So it's a little different, you know what I mean, as far as the purpose goes. But it's been amazing right now. I mean, I can't say that this coronavirus is dope or, you know, you know, it is something serious to be taken. But, bro, we're not. We closed our offices March 11th. So I had my son on February 7th. So I was out of work. Basically, like they kind of, like I said, again, like a testament to Viola, they gave me as much time as I needed. So I took 2 weeks like completely off before he came, and then I took 2 weeks after. So it was a full 30 days, and then I got back to work, you know. But then boom, COVID hit. So it's been a blessing. It's almost like God's like, yo, like stay home and spend this time with your son, so I don't have to sacrifice time or like, you know, not getting paid. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're in an industry that like one thing it's going and pumping really hard through this crisis is cannabis. So absolutely, we're still working, we're still getting paid, and I get to be at home, work from home with my baby boy. So it's been a cool transition, and it happened like perfect timing. So you know, it may be 2 or 3 more months till we go back to the office and I get that time with him. Because once I know when I go back, bro, I got to go back to Michigan. You know, we're looking at other states. We're looking at Oklahoma. You know, and so like I'm gonna be back on the road. I was on the road, bro. It's so funny. I had literally went and got him. I didn't get him circumcised at the hospital. Right, just money purposes. They wanted like $1,500 at the hospital because it's cosmetic surgery. Right. Our doctor, our OB, was like, "Yo, I'll do it for $250 at the doctor's. Like, just come." So that's why I did that. Did that, scheduled it 2 weeks after. Literally, I did it that morning. Then that night, I was on a flight to Oklahoma. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure I'm there for those moments for my son, and then I was back to work. You know, and then COVID hit, and I'm back home. So we're just, bro, I'm just loving this time with him. You know, I get to spend time with him. I get to work on passion projects. You know, we can talk about really adapting in these times. Right? You know, people think it's a conspiracy and talking about this whole thing. Like, I honestly don't give a fuck what it is. It's something to take serious. Obviously, it's a fucking virus. You know, everyone's health is at risk. But do I think it's gonna pass? Yes. Am I panicking? No. You know, it's really for people to like take a step back, reflect, and like look at your personal health, mental and physical. Like really get that right. Spend time with yourself. You know what I mean? So shit, if anything, people should be thankful. Keep your ass at home. Stop doing those fucking little parties and shot challenges and getting your killing your immune system by doing dumbass shit at the house. TikTok bullshit, bro. Like, take that time and really use it, like for personal growth. Personal growth is a real thing. And if you got time and you're getting paid to be at home, fucking don't watch Netflix all day. And really, you know, you've been preaching this shit. You know what I mean? For years, bro. You know, so. Take the time and make use of it. Like really, really use it in your advantage. You know what I mean? Like we're working on super passion projects, and it's all for like digital and social, and adapting to like a crisis like this, and adapting to how we're gonna make a living if there are changes in the world, like with the the economic crisis. So, bro, we're just learning and sucking shit in and just trying to move forward and really adapt to what's going on.
And that's the key word, bro. Adapt. Like I've told people, I've learned a couple things from this. Number one is, all the shit I've been doing has prepared me for some shit like this. That's why people are looking at me like, hey, bro, how come you're not freaking out? I'm like, why the fuck would I freak out? I'm good. You know what I mean? My health is good. My finances are good. My businesses are good. What the fuck am I going to trip about? And like you said, it's going to pass.
We've been through this. Swine flu.
All
SARS,
kinds of shit.
Zika. Remember they thought the fucking world was going to end with fucking little mosquitoes biting you. Guess what? Man, I was in Miami when that shit happened. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, take care of yourself. Use bug spray. Like, there's just... It's just so much panic, and honestly, I haven't even watched. I don't even remember the last time I watched like the regular news. We don't watch it. Me and my lady, we don't watch that shit.
Me either. It's been years, 10 years probably.
We don't. We keep. We pray together in the mornings. We do our positive affirmations. We talk about positive. How are we gonna support the baby? How are we gonna get these businesses off the ground? What's gonna benefit our families? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here sitting here watching the count of cases going up. By the way, when these COVID tests come out, motherfuckers are gonna be going crazy. You think toilet paper gonna run out? What the fuck? It's like, dude, these COVID tests come out and everyone gets tested. 50% of our state is gonna have this shit. What you don't know is you've had it and you were just fine. Watch motherfuckers get sick because mentally they think now they're dying. So if you all don't understand this, the cases are gonna rise dramatically once the tests are available for everybody. And just relax, chill. Drink some fucking hot tea, eat well, hydrate, you know what I mean?
The basic shit, bro. That's what I tell people. It's mental warfare. They want to rile you up. I'm like, the worst thing you can do is feed into it, because then you make yourself more.
These stores are ridiculous, you know that? I'm just trying to buy regular groceries, bro. I'm going at 6 o'clock in the morning, just to go, get groceries. By the way, people, my mother works for Cisco, all right? Huge food distribution company. We're not running out of fucking food. The reason the shelves are fucking empty is because you guys are hoarding this shit, and distributions can't get their orders, which run off data analytics to fucking stores. So people chill. There's plenty enough food. There's too much food. Chill.
I know, right?
Relax.
Crazy, man.
My mom's like, yo, like, we can't get the food to the store fast enough. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you gonna do with all this toilet paper? Like, how much are you shitting? You know what I mean? Like, how much time are you wiping your ass? Like, what are you gonna do with toilet paper if apocalypse comes? What are you gonna do?
Cover their house, I guess.
Eat it.
That protects you against aliens.
Dog, people are fucking retarded. And tripping. People got all the regular water at the store, right? And then what's sitting there is all the expensive alkaline water. You know what I mean? Which helps your fucking immune system. You know
even more.
People are buying all this fucking Arrowhead, Dasani, and shit.
Bro, I'm not tripping. All the vegan shit's still there, so I'm shopping happy as a motherfucker. Like,
people don't. All the frozen fruit is still there, but all the Doritos are gone, and the fucking Oreos,
all the bullshit.
So I'm like, yo, I can keep buying all that.
I'm good. So obviously, bro, things are going good. You're ready for whatever's gonna come. What does the next, couple years look like for you? What would you like to do? What does that look like?
Yeah, man. Like I haven't built out like a 5-year plan, but I do have like the next 2 down. I honestly don't even believe in 5-year plans anymore. I was that kid that like, I used to use that as a question on dates, like, oh, what's your 5-year plan? And bitches be like, oh my god, you're like, but nah,
he's planning for the future.
But that like I definitely don't plan that deep anymore. But what it looks like is definitely Viola, cannabis industry. It's we're like on the beginning stages across the whole country, real beginning, like super premature. So diving deeper into cannabis, getting my hands deeper into that. Really going after assets once this market crashes. Like I definitely see it crashing. I mean, you're in the real estate game. I think it's gonna be like an '08 all over again. Whether it's not, I'm still trying to go after a couple assets. Growing up now, feeling like an adult and shit. Not spending money on dumbass shit. But then expanding to like personal brand. Like I believe personal. I mean, you've been preaching it. You know what I mean? I kind of been in like my own little like comfort zone bubble,
little cocoon.
A little cocoon, and you definitely have brought me out little by little. You know what I mean? I've been on other podcasts where I'm feeling more comfortable. But I think everyone has a story. I think everyone has something they can teach. And if you are an expert at something, teach it. Give it. People need it. You know what I mean? And so, just expanding that. expanding into more of the social and digital platforms, building personal brand. Me and my lady are working on a baby brand, dope. Which is really dope. Just a super passion project. She's a creative, so she's a fashion stylist and creative director. So she's got a crazy creative mind, and it's kind of pulling that out of me too. I am into fashion. I'm into certain other industries where I haven't been able to really spend time in, but I'm getting I'm becoming stable enough to kind of like start diving and experimenting into other industries. So just keeping my head down, man. Like we're about to be 30. I'm about to be 34 this year, so trying to keep my head down till 40. Like my goal. I've been preaching that shit since I was like, I don't know, for a minute now, for years now. Like I want to be done at 40.
Yeah, I remember
when I mean done, I don't mean like I want to sit at home and eat donuts and just chill.
And get fat.
I want to be able to. The whole thing I mean by this is like the next 5 years. I want to be able to drop my son off at school, pick him up. I want to have that freedom. It's all it is. I just want the financial freedom to do and go as I please. And I feel like I already have a lot of that already. But to really, when I mean go and come as I please, it's like I'm a traveler, bro. You know that. I really dive deep into other spiritual and cultural things that go around the world. So learning more about more culture, being able to travel, being able to take my son to school, being able to be at his basketball games. I didn't grow up with a pop, so I didn't get that in my life. So being everything that my dad wasn't for me is what I want to do. So that comes with financial freedom. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be slaving away and grinding, 10, 12, 14-hour days every day.
Forever.
Forever. So going hard, keeping my head down for the next 2-3 years, getting things in place. Thank God I have my better half is a hustler too. So doing it together. I'm not doing it alone. You know what I mean? Which is the best thing.
Absolutely.
Man, that's what it looks like.
Dope.
I'm not trying to put a cap on it because I don't know what's gonna come. But just really just grinding, bro, and just adapting, going hard on personal brand and social tough.
And that's what we all got to do, man. And I think this is a big wake-up call for that. But that's good. And I've been telling people to focus on that too. Financial freedom, location freedom. That's one of the main reasons I be pushing what I push, because even if I do an online coaching thing, I can stream from wherever the fuck I want. I can go to Greece and stream if I want, or fucking China, or fucking Indonesia, or fucking Australia. You know what I mean? So cool, man. So thanks for coming on the show, bro. We'll probably do an episode too, maybe zero in on basketball or something like that.
I want to announce, keep up with me. I'm working on a documentary called, Hunger the Trap. You know what I mean? So we got to shoot our episode together.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So we're doing Hunger the Trap will be a docu-series, podcast, and interviews. So we're dropping that probably Q3 this year. I've been working on that since last June. So I'm super excited about that. Dropping merch with it. So kind of like going into my creative side and my fashion side that I've always wanted to dive into, but pairing it together. Man. So I'm excited.
Anything else you want to plug for Viola, yourself? Anything?
Man, if you guys are in need of any cannabis meds, follow my page. It's I am Dustin Williams. I post the delivery services that we're partnered with across California. I post the dispensaries that we're partnered with. If you guys are in need of meds, we're always available. Follow us at Viola as well.
Dope.
Stay medicated.
Dope. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Supreme Being. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.